So here's the current status. Here's what we're trying to get figured out. The old core support is completely toast. There's nothing left. There really isn't. It's just ate up. And no parts store has one of the core supports for the rig, for the wagon. The battery has just completely done a number on the bolt itself. So went through piecemeal together. I don't know that we're going to need this shim for this, but the washers, everything is absolutely toasted. So Napa had some old school style motor mount bushings. So it's roughly the same size and thickness. And then picked up some thick fender washers. And right now what we need to do is get this hole drilled out and done for make it bigger. So it's a 7/16, and these came with something smaller. So it's chucked up in the drill press, and then we'll go ahead and see if we can get this drilled out and make it not look like absolute garbage. But we'll do our absolute best, and then we'll be able to get the actual rad support, the core support here. Hopefully we'll get this now that it's dried up. I've had the heater going on it, but we'll get this thing dried up, and we'll probably have this thing mounted today is the hope, but we'll see how things progress. So here's ultimately, I mean, it fits really well. I mean, as we can see the new bushings are actually working well. They may need some refinement. I think we're gonna have to revisit this quite a bit, but it went in really smooth. I've got some reinforcement with some additional washers, fender washers up there, just to make sure everything, because some of it's pretty weak, but I needed to do a test fit of it. It's fitting really well, and the only thing that I needed to do was actually turn these rubber grommets around. I mean, nothing, I didn't expect everything to be a direct fit. This isn't a direct fit radiator for this vehicle. It's out of a different GM, which is maybe slightly different size, but that's okay. We may have to do some surgery, some cutting to make it ultimately work, but the only thing that has me concerned is hood fitment later on, because if you can see, you know, this mounting bracket is kind of kicked forward or kicked back a little bit, but nonetheless, it's in and it's looking pretty good. And I like the way it fits in there. I like the way it sits. It's better than I expected for something that, especially for a vehicle that nobody makes anything for. So I'll probably end up having to make and ditch this and end up making my own brackets that just come over and hold the top, but we'll see. I mean, possibly just chip away at some of the rubber that's there. Big shout out. I mean, thanks, Champion. I mean, you guys did a great job, but everything fits, as you can see. I mean, there's no clearance issues. May have to get creative with the radiator hoses in order to get them to actually fit where they need to be. But truth be told, I mean, this is looking great, and this is exactly what I was hoping to get done this morning. You know, get it painted, get it looking right. Yeah. I mean, it's looking solid. I'm enjoying it. That's good. Happy. And look at how much room's up front. I mean, there's plenty of room up here for, you know, all sorts of things that turn and make more power later on. I mean, there's plenty of room. Intercooler, whatever. I mean, there's gosh, there's at least a foot, maybe 10 inches, something like that. That's plenty of room to ultimately run a couple of turbos if I ever wanted to do that in the future. But this is going to be an electric fan. So I did buy the Radiator with an electric fan, so that'll have to be taken into consideration later on, but this is just an initial mock-up. Make sure things are clearing, make sure things are fitting, and we'll take it from there and go and see where it develops. But yeah, all in all, absolutely dynamite. Loving it.